Hello. Just a real quick one. Good evening. This is Ruben Felix, one of your best YouTube presenter. I always give you the best and the best content to listen to. Okay? Now, one of you gave me the best thing to talk about. I'm talking about blood today. Now, in blood, we are going to look at the following. We have the pH, we have the weight, we have the female and the males, and we have the tissues. Okay? Now, in the pH, the normal pH is around 7.35 to 7.4, which means anything below that or anything above that, it's a danger sign and really have to see a doctor, a real quick one. Weight, we have 8%, okay? In the males, we have around 5 to 6 liters. In the females, we have around 4 to 5 liters, okay? We have what we call temperature. The normal temperature of the blood is 37, okay? 37 degrees Celsius, okay? We have which type of a tissue that comprises of the blood. We have 4 types of tissues. We have connective tissues, we have epithelial tissues, we have muscle tissues, and we have the nervous. Now, the connective tissues is where the blood belongs. And in the connective tissue, there is where our interest is going to be based upon. We have the gels, we have the fibers, we have the cells. Okay? Now, we are talking about blood that is centrifuged in a purple tube. Okay? The tube is something like this. The upper part, the inner layer, and the downer layer. The upper part is, let's talk of the blood plasma. Blood plasma is around 55%. Okay? And then we have the thinner layer, that is the Buffy Coat. It's a white component. If you look at it very well, that is around 1%. Okay? And then in the downer layer, we have the red blood cells, the RBCs, where we have the erythrocytes. Okay? Now, in the blood plasma, we have something to do with the proteins, that is around 7%. We have water, that is around 2%. Then we have solutes, that's around less than 1%. Now, in the proteins, we are going to talk about 2 types of proteins. We have the albumin, we have the fibrinogen, we have the globulins. Okay? Now, in the albumin, its main function is to control the osmotic pressure, or what we call the BCOP, the blood colloidal osmotic pressure. Okay, it's going to maintain it in a way that the blood. Let's look at this example. Okay, we have the capillary here, and in the capillary we also have, above here we have the cells. Okay, in the capillary we have oxygen, we also have nutrients, and we also have water. Okay, the osmotic pressure helps in maintaining the intra and the extracellular fluid. Okay, now the cells that are outside here are going to be helpful because of the nutrients outside here. The nutrients inside the capillary will feed the cells here. The oxygen will give them energy. Okay? In a scenario where your albumin is not produced, it simply means that your liver has a problem, because the liver is where the albumin is being produced. Okay? That simply means that your liver is having a problem. Okay? Now, in a scenario where the intracellular fluid and the extracellular fluid is not being able to balance properly, it simply means that your body is going to develop edema. And that is very weird. Okay? Now, into the solutes, we have the ions, where we have potassium, we have sodium. We will also have wastes, things like metabolic wastes. We'll have gases, things like carbon dioxide. We'll have oxygen. Okay? Now, just on these components, the Buffy Coat will have the leukocytes, and we'll also have the platelets. okay? Where here we'll have the 1%. Now in the leukocytes and the platelets, we'll have a formula. And this formula I'm going to give you is never let monkey eat banana. N stand for neutrophils, L stand for lymphocytes, and M stands for monocytes, and E stands for eosinophils, and B stands for basophils. Okay? Now the neutrophils will help you identify whether the cells and they have been damaged and there's an inflammation taking place. You'll be able to know by that. Okay? In this particular content where we're talking about the neutrophils and all this, it is I've arranged it from the most abundance to the least abundance. Okay? Now, in the remaining part, that is the red blood cell, the erythrocytes is here having around 44% in males, okay? Composition of 44%. And now in females, there's a composition of 40%. Now the 1%, the 44%, and the 55 will make that full component of whatever we've talked about. And this kind of a content is going to help you as a clinician, as a medical officer. You're going to read a full hemogram so properly, and you're also going to help your patient. Thanks for watching, people. Whatever that I've missed, go read, like, share, and subscribe. In the near future, we are going to talk about something else. We are going to talk about these components one by one. What the lymphocytes, it's all about the monocytes, the eosinophils, and the basophils. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Okay.